So my name is Madeline, and I'm the assistant event coordinator this year for SHEMA.
And I'm Brooklyn, and we are both event coordinators for SHEMA. Thank you so much for all of the questions. We hope you enjoy this video, and we will do our best to answer all of your questions to the best of our abilities.
So the first question that we have here is, why is diversity and inclusion so important to SHEMA and to SPEMA? So this is a great question. We see that in this globalized day and age, it's becoming more and more important to create a diverse and inclusive space for everyone to feel welcome and celebrated. With the fast-paced changing world, we want to celebrate, unite, and advocate for people from all walks of life and ensure the same sense of inclusion and diversity for the students at Brock and specifically in the sport management program. SHEMA strives to cultivate a collective sense of belonging, a diversified community, and a unified approach to constant education and self-improvement across the entirety of the Brock SPEMA program and beyond. Throughout the program, there's a lack of female and diverse social group representation within the students and faculty, which is also reflected in the sport industry. We believe that it's important to try and change this culture surrounding the lack of inclusion of women and diverse social groups in the sport industry, and that starts with us as students to promote and educate ourselves on the importance of diversity and inclusion as we head out into the sport industry. So that's why we feel that that's important to us.
Great. So for the second question, it is, what does SHEMA do in order to empower women and diverse social groups? So this is SHEMA's inaugural year at Brock University, and one of our goals is to empower women and diverse social groups. Personally, I've talked with people and even read some stories where women specifically feel as if there's no future for them in sport. Some people have shied away from programs that were male dominated or even involved with sport in general because they did not feel like they belonged. Diverse social groups are also discriminated against and excluded. So what SHEMA is striving to do is to make sure everyone feels welcomed and also feels valued. SHEMA has 5 values that we will always reflect upon, and 2 of them I will mention right now: respect and empathy. SHEMA treats everyone with respect, welcomes ideas and opinions of others, and we always embrace our differences with humility and openness. SHEMA also goes beyond the limits of our experiences to realize and share the emotions of others. SHEMA is here to build every single person up and help reach your full potential as soon as you walk through the doors of Brock University.
Great.
All right, the next question is, how does SHEMA plan on creating an inclusive environment and fostering diversity for incoming students of sport management? So this question kind of goes hand in hand with the first question, which is great. So with a complete strategic plan, we have selected the strongest path for long-term growth and success. So 3 strategies of SHEMA that we're using is building an inclusive environment, education, and leading change. And within each section, we're providing events to ensure these strategies are being executed accordingly. And as previously mentioned, one of our goals is to ensure that every person feels welcome and valued, where we'll also be creating allyship between students within the Brock Sport Management Program. SHEMA also encourages people to step outside of their comfort zone and to get involved in organization and events that promote and work to eliminate social issues. Now, that being said, every single person will be treated equally and are encouraged to stand up and speak. Your voices are heard and will never be ignored.
Great. So the next question that we have here is, we are dealing with pressuring times right now. What events can we see from SHEMA despite the circumstances of the world? Which is a great question because this is all new and uncharted territory for everyone. So we understand that these are hard times for everyone, but now is the time to come together. We are unable to host any in-person events this semester due to the current global situation, but that will not stop us from learning, educating, and bringing the students of Brock and the sport management program together. We won't give away any upcoming events for next semester that we are hoping to do face-to-face, but we have plans to stay connected throughout this whole online coming semester. Starting the first week of school, we will be having a fact of the week posted on our social media for continuous education, where each month will be designated one topic. We will also be conducting more interviews with industry professionals throughout the year to get their insight and take on their experiences in the sport industry. Also, if you haven't seen it already, check out our first interview, which you can find on the link in our bio, and you won't be disappointed. We don't want to give away too much, but SHEMA is constantly working and innovating to ensure that everyone is learning, actively participating, and always feeling included, whether we are together physically in school or separate in our homes.
Yes, check out the link in our bio. It's great. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so the next question, I love this question. As a young male looking to learn more about all of this, do you recommend any books?
So I love that question as well. I think it's so great that we have people out here wanting to learn more. So we have a variety of books that are available. So we listed some that we believe are great options to choose from. So the first book we have here is called The Memo by Minda Harts. So it gives perspective into the experiences of women of color in the workplace, examining what they face, including microaggressions and the wage gap. It also offers great insight on how these problems can be mitigated, including specific actions that can be taken by allies and organizational leaders to spark change. Another book is called We Are Everywhere: Protest, Power, and Pride in the History of Queer Liberation. This book serves as an excellent visual representation of the journey through the LGBTQ plus history, shares a different queer activism view throughout the decades. The next book we have is called Between the World and Me. It's thought-provoking and emotional analysis of what it means to be a Black person in America. Anyone hoping to gain a little bit of a deeper understanding of these experiences of Black people in America, and particularly the Black man, is an excellent place to start with this book.
Okay, and the next book we have is called The Latino Threat. So this examines the perceptions of immigrants in the United States, as well as the politics surrounding immigration. The next one is Inclusion, Diversity, the New Workplace, and the Will to Change. So this emphasizes harnessing the power of diversity and inclusion, and it's essential for the very viability and sustainability of every organization. Another one is Beyond Bend, It Like Beckham, the global phenomenon of women's soccer. So this explains that the rise of women's soccer following the Title IX legislation up to the 1999 World Cup performance, soccer is one of the most popular sports for girls and women. So this book explores the struggle for women's rights abroad in countries as diverse as Sweden, Russia, South Africa, Pakistan, Australia, and so forth.